Chelsea 0, Juventus 1, right? This game, even though it's preseason, and we all say don't look at the scoreline, right? Now, the scoreline, I'm not looking at the scoreline, right? Watching this team play and the way they play today is not far from what we were seeing last season under Maresca, Rosenior, McFaney. It's not quite different, right? And I'm not looking at the scoreline. I'm looking at what's it called, the playing style, and all of that stuff. And now I'm gonna tell you all of that. It was very, very much of a typical Chelsea play. A very usual way of Chelsea playing. Now I'm gonna tell you why. But before we do that, welcome to Famous Football. I'm your host Nate. Let's talk football. Am I disappointed? Yep. But listen, if you're new to the channel, listen, don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe. You can do that right now while the video is going on. But it was a pretty, I won't say worst thing on the planet, but it was a disappointing performance. And the reason why I'm calling this performance out, because like I said earlier, it's not far away from what we saw last season under the Maresca, the Rosenior, and the McFinney. Now we were okay in keeping possession, but now we did not actually did so much with the possession. We didn't. Right, so now they're keeping the ball, putting the what's it called, the opposition, in a lower block. That's good, because if that's good. When I say it's good, for the opposition, because the ball is where they want the ball to be, in front of them, and basically that's how we play. Just move the ball back and forth from side to side. There's nothing really being created, because in the first half alone, we didn't. The only chances that were created, or the only chance that were created in that particular first half, came from Juve. There was one shot on target, and it came from Juve, right? We started this entire game with a somewhat competitive lineup, right? Sanchez in goal, Palestra right back, Tosin and Fofana center back pairing, and then you have Hato left back, Giovanni Quenda playing on the left side, Moses Caicedo and Nico Jazzuli in the double pivot, Gittins also on the left side, and then you have Danny Welbeck or Franja Pedro basically playing as a 10. Not bad, right? And we play like it for a little bit, at least the first 10, 10, 15 to 30 minutes within the game. We play like it. We show a little bit of quality. But my thing is this, right? We saw the quality level drop significantly when the quote-unquote youngsters came in, right? You saw it, and that was how they won. Juventus won the game. And similar thing happened against what's their name? Spurs, right? When the youngsters came in, it was how Spurs won the game. So people will say the problem is not with the starting 11 or the big boys, is with the youngsters. The quality is not there. The depth is not there, right? Good. Okay, right? But my thing is this. Against Spurs, they had the opportunity to bury the game. They didn't. Well, the big boys then, right? Those that started the game, the Jean Pedro and none of them, Lord. They had the opportunity to bury the game. They didn't. Now, against Juventus today, we also had the opportunity to go 1-0, 2-0, to go 1-0, 2-0 up, right? They also didn't. Now, Juventus, they also have their own chances as well. So it's not just us. But I'm talking about ours. Why I'm saying this is because we're not creating many chances, but the few that we're creating are clear-cut chances that we should be burying. That Palestra one, right? He should be burying it. Like, that I know that he should be burying in it. And even that, because he had time, he could have caught that ball back, find Jimmy Gittins on the other side, and it would have been a goal. So as much as we can look at the people that came on and they weren't necessarily up for the task, right? You can see the significant drop in quality level, but the people that started the game themselves didn't quite help the people that came on. Because if you put yourself in a very good position wherein the pressure is not on the youngsters when they come in, where they can be able to kind of play the game, be able to manage the game, because usually that's how they're going to get minutes. That's how they're actually going to play. Because when we win in the game, let's say we all 2-1, 2-0, and then you bring in those type of people in, it's usually to kind of manage the game and give them a little bit minute here and there, right? That's how it works. But now if you that start in the game, you can't bury the game when you should be burying the game. As much as they have the problem, what we're doing here. What exactly we're doing. What exactly we're doing. That's why I say it's not far off from what we were saying last season. From the Maresca, from the Rosenior, McFinney, that is part of the coaching staff right now, right? But It's not far off. We will move the ball around back and forth, back and forth. The whole thing about being patient, for me, I tell people, it's useless for you to have the ball if you're not going to do anything with it. Right? If you have the ball where I want you to have the ball, you're basically not putting or posting any threat to me. And that's exactly what we're doing with Juve. It's like Chelsea have the ball. Oh yeah, we're looking good in possession. We're moving the ball fine. This no, just think. You are where Juve wants you to be. You are nowhere near their goal. So that whole possession is useless. Your center back have more touches on the ball than your attackers. They're not going to score from what's it called halfway line. No. With the way Juventus are back in front of them, they're not going to shoot from halfway line. No, nobody's going to do that. The people that could actually try to score are the one ahead, and they're not getting the ball to them. None of those things are happening. So when I say, even though it's preseason, I'm not looking at the scoreline, right? I'm looking at the style of play. That's what I mean. Like, that's exactly what I mean. Because Chelsea could be better in the game. Chelsea could be doing, everything this, what's it called? They should have done in that first half. But it didn't happen. Palestra did have a good game, right? Just to mention a few. Palestra actually did have a good game. They're overlapping, and there was something interesting that he was doing with the ball whenever he gets on the ball as well. Right? And that was, what's it called? When they played the ball to him, he drives down the right-hand side. He gets on, what's it called? He puts the ball on his left foot to drive at defenders. That makes sense. Why Chelsea signed, because one thing that they were saying when they signed that he can play on both sides. He can play on both sides, right? Which is good. But what's it called? He actually did have a good game. Now he's yet to convince me defensively, right? Now, and I did saw a little bit of a defensive, thing from him today. I'll admit that, but attacking wise, he's solid. He's solid. I know we can rely on him, but then again, if he's gonna be that extra body in the box, like we have Cucurella doing, then he have to be doing a little bit more. You understand what I mean? Like he have to, in terms of being in the box, he have to be able to bury his chances when he gets there, right? So again, with the people that came on, did not really look, any better. It's the same thing against Spurs. Because one thing I can actually point to is this. What's his name? Nico Jazzuli, right? Next to Caicedo. He looks like a world-class player. Well, not necessarily world-class. But what I mean is, like, you compare this game to his last two games that he's played, he looks way better in this game because of the person next to him, right? Caicedo helping. Caicedo makes him better. He will put in, you can see his confidence level compared to previous game. They grew up, right? Now, compare that to, what's his name? Isugu playing next to Lavia. It's not the same, right? Lavia himself is struggling. Isugu is also then struggling. But now you saw, what's it called, Jazzuli and then Caicedo. You see what will happen in there, right? So it's like, immediately the level drop. So in terms of midfield, we actually need to go and then fix this whole midfield problem, right? And I know we're not talking about letting Enzo Fernandez go. Watching this type of game can tell you that you need an Enzo Fernandez, especially in the Spurs game. You saw what was his name? Tonali was doing to us, right? Tonali controlled that entire midfield. We need somebody to be able to do that. Now, I know Chelsea looking for another midfielder to bring in. Great, bring them in. But Enzo Fernandez, if we can keep him, right, keep it. That's regardless of whatever problem we have with him. If we can keep him, I'm all for it. Keep the guy, keep the brother, right? Get look underwhelming today. Like he was not, the getting, and that's what we're talking about. You come against actual people that can play, that's we want to see, you come up and show something, right? João Pedro, not bad from João Pedro, right? Just saying, Fabrizio said he could leave, and we were all hoping that he actually do leave, right? We were all hoping that he actually. Esteva came on, look good. He looks brilliant, right? Like when he gets the ball, he's driving at people. And my thing is that sometimes he actually just need to move the ball a bit more quicker, right? And be decisive, when he should be. But he actually did try to, especially in that when the people that he was playing with at the end of it, right? Nobody was actually doing anything. It's the connection wasn't there, especially among the youngsters. Like this one, it's like you passing the ball to the wall. We saw a lot of that sloppiness from them. It's like too much of it. We saw that in the Wesley Sydney game, right? It's like too much of it. Because when I came out to give you my review, that was basically what was happening. Too much of that sloppiness. Yeah. It's like you play the ball, it's like they play, Now, this one expecting this one to be doing that, that one expecting the other person to be doing that. It's like the connection is not there. It's not there. So you see the sloppy passes and the sloppiness from them. Jackson, I haven't really seen nothing different from Jackson. Delap himself, I haven't really seen nothing different from Delap as well. You could tell they all just struggling. They're all just struggling. Like with Delap, I actually want to see Delap play with quality people. So for instance, I saw Danny Webber play in this game, right? But I actually would have want to see what's his name, Delap, in that position to just see something, right? To play with quality people and let me see, and let me just see what happened. But Danny Webber today also came out, right? He started the game. He was also good. Can hold up play, can do everything we want a center forward to do, basically. So, nothing really extraordinary from Danny Webber. But all in all, it was okay. But my thing is that if we have the opportunity to bury the game, bury the game. That when the youngsters come on, right, it's preseason, they are not immediately under pressure. Because if you look at the people that came on for Juventus, they look better than the people that was even on the page before them. They bringing in Artur, Artur Melo, the former Barcelona guy. They bringing in that kind of a people to be able to control the game. So it's like in terms of quality, they have quality, they have depth compared to us, right? They did. They did. So we'll see. Hopefully they can rectify these things, go in the transfer market, do what they're supposed to do, and buy the people they need to buy, bring in the people they need to bring in, sort out everything that they actually do need to sort out. And then what's it called? We can see how the season goes. Now, because I'm not panicking because the rich team is not here. Lacroix is not there, right? Liverpool didn't play the game. What's his name? Cole Palmer didn't play the game. Rich Jim is not here, right? So what's his name? Malo Gusto is not there. Pedro Neto didn't even play this game, right? So it's like we have quality people that didn't even get to get on the pitch. So with that, Enzo Fernandez wasn't there. So I'm not quite panicking, but just like it's the style of play that I'm still seeing the exact same thing, right? So I'm being careful here. But let me know your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen. Much appreciated, right? See you in the next video. I'm definitely not happy about what I saw today, but adios. Stay safe.